Hey there, Kenneth French of Vast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. We're very, very happy you stopped by. Either you're going to watch this or listen to this because you want to take your business to the next level. You're probably an entrepreneur who's either just starting out or you've been around for quite a while and you want to take your business to the next level. You're probably a real estate investor, maybe even a real estate agent, maybe a professional or of some sort, professional advisor of some sort. And well, you are stopping by because you need some valuable advice from one of the top industry leaders there is. Anyway, thank you very much. Once again, Kenneth French, Vast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. Really glad you stopped by.
Hello, kids. We're hanging out with Megan Huber, who's got a big, big announcement. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you what the announcement is. She's pregnant.
I'm too old. I better not. I am 43, and that better not happen the next few years. I know that that's possible to happen, like, until you're 50 years old. It better not happen to me. I hope you did not just put that out there.
It's good stuff. I've known Megan for a while. She's awesome. Real quick, we're going to be talking about her and her business and some ideas for maybe 10, 15 minutes, no more than 15 minutes. And she's going to add some value to you guys, the listeners, the viewers out there. And thank you very much for being here. Kenneth French, Fast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. Megan, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your story and what's going on.
Yeah. So I have been in the coaching and consulting space since 2011. So obviously, you've seen a lot in the coaching space happen when you've been doing it for 14 years. And we have seen so many changes in the last probably 2 years, 18 months to 2 years in the coaching space. We can get into all of that in just a minute. But I primarily work with coaching and online education companies. I help people build really strong communities, and essentially, it's helping you turn your audience and just these like all these random people who are following you, turning those people into community members so that they become buyers of your products and your offers. And then once they're in your ecosystem as a buyer, yeah, I was telling Kenner before, people buy because they want results. People stay because you are building community. And then there's so many other things that go into client success and retention and renewals and all those things, which I have an expertise in. So I'm the community client success gal.
Yeah, she really is. And now what she's doing, it appears to me to be she's getting the word out. And I think in a cool fashion. That's really what I wanted to ask her about. I think it's going to help a lot of people out there. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what you and I really are talking about?
Okay, so what we're really talking about, this is like caught on so much buzz. And I typed out a post earlier this morning and then I deleted it. I think I might type it later. But what I'm doing has created, to my surprise, a whole lot of controversy.
Mm,
So I saw a friend of mine who has a very successful marketing agency. They have about 150 clients. They run a mastermind. They're amazing. It's a husband and wife team. I don't see her stuff pop up on my feed all the time. And I must have been scrolling on Facebook. This was 2 days ago. This is recently. And I picked up on one of these posts, and she was updating people on this challenge, that a posting challenge on Facebook that she was doing. And I was like, huh, what is she doing? I'm interested in that. And what she decided to do is a 10 post a day, 30-day challenge on her personal Facebook profile, which she uses for business, which I use my personal Facebook page for business as well.
okay.
If you go to my page, that's almost predominantly what I talk about. And then you weave a little personal things in there. So I noticed that she had increased her viewer count by, at that 2 days ago, over 200,000 views a month. And I thought, huh, that's pretty nifty. If it's as easy as make 10 posts a day, I'm going to just read through some of her other posts and just check this out a little bit. Now, Kenner knows me. I'm not one to pass up a good challenge. I love a good challenge. I love a good challenge in sports. I am competitive. I like to win. I like to be in first place. I know myself well enough to know that I work really well when I have a system, a goal, and a challenge.
Hmm.
And I think there's two sides of this. And when I say like this has been very controversial to my surprise, I've gotten a lot of questions and comments like, why are you doing this? Isn't this just going to be like quantity over quality? I'm not so sure this is a good idea. I've had other people say, oh, what's the latest trend? Like, who's doing a 10 post a day challenge for your content? So people think that I'm like following some trendy person who's saying to do this. I saw somebody else write a post, and in the post, and I think they may not have been alluding to me, but they made a comment on my post that made me wonder, okay, are you writing about me here? And he was talking about like are you following God's calling? And I love Jesus, by the way, but it was like, are you following God's calling? Or are you just paying attention to vanity metrics? I've gotten like some mixed reviews, which is so interesting what people think. But I'll tell you two of the biggest reasons why I decided to do this. Three, I already said the first one. I know myself and I know what type of environment I need to create for myself so that I thrive. Number two, it is a it is a game of discipline and consistency and commitment. And as a business owner, if you do not have those three things, we're not going to make it. So it's less about, oh, let's just go spray a whole bunch of content out here. Let me tell you, I'm only on day 2 today, and it is taking everything I have in me. Yeah, day 1 was fun. Day
Mhm.
1 was fun. Day 1 was easy. I was like, creativity and imagination was pouring out of me. I did not use ChatGPT one time to create content or even give me a single idea. Day 2 is a different story. It is taking every ounce of commitment, discipline, and consistency and confidence that I have.
Yep.
But those are traits that you have got and characteristics that you have to exercise all the time, every single day as a business owner. The third part is visibility. So I have a bit of a 90-day game plan here. The first 30 days, my game plan is visibility. So one of the biggest metrics that I'm looking at is I'm going to my dashboard and I'm looking at how many views do I have in the previous 28 days. So when I started this, I was
Mhm.
sitting around average 47,000 to 49,000 views in a 28-day period of time.
Which, by the way, to me, that's a lot. But anyway, keep going.
In 24 hours of posting 10 times in one day, some of those are business, some of those are more like personal, but you can still weave business in, like just weave in a little bit of your personality. We are up 5,500 views in
Yep.
just 4 hours, and we are up 9% in engagement. So my
Yeah.
goal is visibility. And people were also asking me on the first day, like, everybody wanted to know if I was following a plan. So number one, I'm not signed up for anything where somebody gave me a plan. Nobody gave me a plan. And when I decided to do this, I just decided on the whim, and I didn't even know if the woman who inspired me to do it, I didn't even know if she had a plan.
Mm.
Come to find out, she did create a little bit of a plan for herself, and she's posting about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna follow your plan. So I do think it's smart to test certain types of posts. So I am testing certain types of posts that I'm going to be posting, and I'm just rotating around like 3 different style of posts. And I don't want to do like 10 different kinds of posts because then I don't know what's working. I don't know what to repeat, like what's actually leading to success, what's getting the most traction, that kind of thing. So month 1 is visibility. Month 2 will be all about connection. How do I get this to turn into connection calls? How do I get it to turn into sales calls? And then month 3 is going to be, how do I get this to convert? And maybe it'll convert in month 1, maybe it'll convert in month 2, but I do think we need to have some kind of game plan where what is this building to? And I've had a lot of more men, which, you guys think more in like numbers and measurement and metrics, I think even more than a lot of women do. And a lot of men have been asking me, how are you going to know if this is successful? What metrics are you going to look at beyond engagement? And so it's actually been really helpful for people to kind of comment and ask questions because, like, oh, yeah, like, am I just paying attention to comments? Am I just paying attention to engagement? Am I just paying attention to views? What really is the end goal? And I don't think it ends after 30 days. When it comes to marketing, you have to be visible. You have to be able to
Right.
put eyeballs on you. And then you got to know how to take those eyeballs and get them in your pipeline. And so it's kind of like this disciplinary consistency game. Also, it really helps you become more creative. I mean, because
Mm.
10 posts a day kind of scares people, but it's really interesting to see what comes out of you that you're not letting come out of you when it's just like 1 post a day. And look, it's like, what else, how much time are we actually being super productive every day? And I want a couple of hours of my day to be spent on content that's getting more eyeballs on my stuff, attracting clients, and then converting those clients into customers. So that's what we got going on Facebook.
I think that's cool because it's a big funnel. and you're being intentional about it. And I know your personality, so you're going to be good at the engagement. And I would think, therefore, you're going to end up having a good return on your time or return on your have a good net income as a result. So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I think it's a really cool story. What I'm going to do is ask you to come back. Let's chat in whatever 30 days and then maybe even 60 days, one of the two, and then see how it's going. Because I can tell with your personality, et cetera, you're going to end up rocking. I think it's a cool story.
Oh, I set up a spreadsheet last night at 10 o'clock. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I can't just, it isn't just about spraying 10 posts out there. I've got to
Sure.
track things. So I have a pretty extensive spreadsheet where I am tracking like the link back to the post, the time of day I posted, the type of post. Was it a short text, long text with image? Was it, all of that? Was it business or personal related? Was it educational, inspirational, promotional, or I think I have 4 categories there. So I'm tracking a lot of different things about it as well, because I think what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs is we take a bunch of action, but we have a really hard time repeating our success
Yeah.
because we don't actually know what action led to that success.
Or,
So
or if it's successful, we don't continue to do it, which I don't know why.
yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. So I do have a spreadsheet. I'm tracking everything on a spreadsheet. So it is a lot of work to do this, but I think it's important work. And you've got to be willing to be seen. You have to be willing to be seen. I mean,
yeah,
that's the name of the game.
it's going to result. Again, I know it's going to result in some good dough for you down the road. So how about this? In 30, we reconnect in 30 days and then 60 days, and we track your progress because I'd love to see how this goes and touch base and give updates to everyone out there. Sound cool?
So I better have hundreds of thousands of views in
Are
30
you
days.
serious? Do you really? I mean, I believe you. You really think that that's really going to happen as a total guess based on what you've already experienced?
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's, I mean, I'm what, like a little shy of 50,000 average. So today it was 54,695 when I checked it this morning at 5:30 in the morning. So
Mm.
I know I can definitely, I can definitely double that and get to 100. I'm pretty confident I can get to 150. I think it could get to 200. I think where I get like, is it possible to go like how far above like 200,000 views can you get? And right now, I will have to decide this, but I don't really love doing reels and stories.
Yeah.
So I'm not really doing a lot of that right now. And my next question to myself is, okay, posting is one thing.
Yeah.
When you add in stories and you add in reels, does that take it to a whole nother level? And I think I'm going to have to, maybe I'll just test not doing that the first 30 days. And then the second 30 days, I'll add in stories and reels because I want to see what that does to it. Because look, the social media platforms are built for us to use all of its features.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that if we're using all of the features, then it's just going to go like wild.
Yeah.
But
Then the
most
question
people are
is
only
why.
using one of the features.
Then the question is why aren't you doing the same thing for all the different social media platforms? But anyway, how about this?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
totally. Let's connect. I say 30 days, then 60 days, and keep track of how you're doing. And maybe I know I'm gonna learn something from it. I
Oh
say we do
yeah.
that.
Be a fun case study.
Yeah, I totally. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right, once again, this is Ken French, Val's Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs with Megan Huber. Oh, wait a minute, Megan. If people are interested in getting a hold of you about your coaching, etc., how does someone get a hold of you?
The easiest place to get a hold of me is on Facebook. I kind of dwell on Facebook. It is open all day long. You can get me like literally 7 days a week between the hours of, I won't tell you that. My on Facebook, it is Megan J. Huber. Megan J. Huber. So come connect with me there. Come friend me. Come send me a DM. I answer all of my DMs. It is me responding to you, not a team member and not a bot.
And can you spell Megan? Because sometimes I forget that.
MEGAN, middle initial J for Johnson, and then last name is Huber, HUBER.
All right, kids, you got it. We'll be chatting with her in 30 days, 60 days. And once again, this is Ken French, Vast Voice, telling business secrets to entrepreneurs. Thanks, everybody.